Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. In today's video, I am going to be sharing the only tips that you need to stay accountable. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are returning, shout out to you, and I really do appreciate the support. As you can see, this space is all about growing, flourishing, and steady progress. Now, I think we all know, I'm going to assume that we all know that accountability accelerates your performance by helping you stay consistent. You can have the greatest ideas in the world and be brimming with talent and ambition, but unless you put those concepts to test, you will never know if you can actually create it or not. I'm going to try and stay away from words like goals, dreams. Don't get me wrong, these are really important words, but sometimes, but especially in times like this, I just feel like they leave a lot of pressure. But I'm going to talk about things like the life that you want, the person that you want to be, or the person that you've always dreamt of becoming. Some people actually want to be accountable because they've finally figured out what they actually want, while others still want to be accountable even without clear written down things of the things they want to achieve, create, or start, and that's fine. The good news is life is a journey of discoveries and learning, so even if you don't have it all figured out now, once you take about 10 minutes, even 5 minutes to just think about what you want, you will at least come up with one thing that you want to keep at a certain standard. And once you do, things just start to clear up, and you usually just find yourself making new beautiful discoveries that are good for you moving forward. I'm not going to deny that it won't be easy to let things slide, but whatever you slide under the rug is not going anywhere. You either make yourself accountable or you will be made accountable by your circumstances. My first tip is write it down. The things that you want to achieve, the important things that you want to stay accountable to, the things that you need to keep your attention to. Get your book and write it down. Why? Because in this day and age, the amount of information out and about is ridiculously excess. And at the same time, we still need to stay on top of things. So while information, tasks, distractions, responsibilities keep increasing, the space in our brain and the 24 hours in our days remains the same. So first, clearing your mind. Second, clarity. Third, motivation. And lastly, and most important, steady progress. The second one is review your performance. It is extremely hard to stay accountable without carrying out a review of your performance. Keeping yourself in check helps you let you know when you are being slack, when you're not improving and staying stagnant, so you can change direction and also keep what you are intending to achieve fresh in your mind. Just create a time. It can be once a month, once a fortnight, to once a week. It can even be once a year, as long as this review keeps taking place. There's going to be times when you just put off this review, just avoid it and get it out of the way. But I find that whenever I put off this review, it's usually because I haven't been my best and most productive, and it's just easier not to face that shortcoming. But then again, I have this fear of finding myself several years in a place that I don't want to be in, or a place that I'm trying to get out of. So that pushes me to do the review anyway. Number 3 is make your calendar your friend. One of the biggest missteps with accountability is setting deadlines for reaching things that you want to achieve, but more importantly, failing to set a schedule to actually get you there. Most of the time, we're so focused on the end goal, like losing 10 pounds, writing a book, starting a business, and we forget that for anything to be achieved, a step-by-step process has to be followed. In my experience, I remember I used to put little events in my calendar once a week. I remember I started with at least I started with at least the day that I'll film, and that was towards the end of 2019. But guess what? I never followed through with what I put in my calendar. In fact, whenever I would schedule that day in my calendar, I would never film a video that week. Like, I don't know if it was because it actually gave me something to put off and procrastinate, or I just didn't want to be controlled. I really can't tell which one is which. But you know what? I continued to put this day into the calendar. Some weeks I could, some weeks I couldn't. That didn't stop me. I started putting more things into the calendar and the same story. But I thank God now, because what I put into my calendar, like, I can tell myself that, oh, it's okay if I don't do it. But I find myself having completed the task at the end of the day. So more of the story is that you just need to keep putting stuff in there. You might not do it in the beginning, but that calendar reminder works wonders afterwards. Your calendar is your friend. He or she is that friend that actually wants you to have the life that you want to have, aka your best life. And when you keep putting stuff into your calendar, it just shows that you won't give up on yourself, which you shouldn't. I have gone into details of this because this is a step that requires you to be patient with yourself, which I still am. And I forgot to mention that when you start to do the stuff that is in your calendar, it still won't be as accurate. But at least you got something that you wanted done, and that's better than nothing. Lastly, get yourself an accountability partner. This one is plain simple and self-explanatory, but then again, you might as well just get your calendar to be your accountability partner. At least they won't call you out in the first days. At the end of the day, we are accountable to ourselves. Our accomplishments are a result of what we do and what we don't do. Accountability, especially personal, requires acceptance, patience, and the courage to call yourself out. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe so that you know whenever I post a video. And stay positive. I hope you have a great day. See you in the next one.